So everybody, thanks for watching my video about the types of Japanese you might meet in Japan. And thanks to my viewers, I got some awesome suggestions. I'm going to talk about some of those today. Number one is the returnee, somebody who maybe grew up overseas, spent a significant amount of time overseas as a young person, became fluent in English or another language. Sometimes they have a difficult time readjusting to Japanese society or adjusting for the first time if they were born overseas. My friends who've been to America for maybe a homestay or a one-year program are surprised when they see other students raising their hand, sometimes don't know the answer, but they still raise their hand. So sometimes they face bullying for things like being too westernized, too individualistic. I even had a friend working here in Tokyo who had grown up overseas, spoke fluent English, and one time a person sitting next to him at work looked at him and said, "Are you sure you're Japanese?" Now there's the Nikkei. That's a second generation Japanese person who maybe grew up overseas and is now living in Japan or visiting Japan. Culturally, they're totally foreign. They look Japanese, but speak fluent English or another language. My father's best friend growing up was a Nikkei. So I ran into a Nikkei one time and I just automatically spoke Japanese, and she turned and looked at me and said, "Excuse me, I'm American." There's the creepy old guy. And I don't know what makes them a creepy old guy. It's just, you know it when you see it. Fun fact, Japanese cell phones make a shutter sound when you take a picture. When I first came back to Japan in 2014, I gave my iPhone to somebody, asked them to take a picture, and they hit the button. It didn't make a sound, so they kept taking pictures. Why does the Japanese cell phone make that shutter sound? Well, how do I explain this? There are certain creepy old men that will try to violate your privacy if you're wearing a short skirt. Let's just leave it at that. There's the idol otaku. Now, I don't really know the idol group, so I'll put a couple names down here for you. The idol otaku may be infatuated with a member of that group or the whole group. They learn the dances, they learn the songs. You can see them in the front row standing up and mirroring the dance that the girls are doing on stage. There's the hikikomori. That's a difficult word for me to say. They're a person who's kind of a shut-in for whatever reason. They don't like to go outside, maybe some kind of social anxiety or something. And you probably won't meet them because they're at home.